Hi, this is Bonnie, and this is just something that I've been trying to do with some of my stamps from Fairy Hugs so I can get more use out of them. I purchased Ciana, another one. This is my second Ciana, because I want to cut her apart so I can have two separate stamps so I can use her without masking, because she has all these beautiful parts to her, and if I didn't have to mask her, I would have all those parts. So she's beautiful stamped the way she is, but I wanted to give myself, and this might not be the best one to show you, I wanted to give myself two stamps. I might end up ruining one, but I'm going to see what happens. There is not a definite line between where Ciana is attached to the mushroom, and that makes it a little bit harder. I don't know if there's a better piece of paper I should put behind me. I might want to get a piece of black, and that might help you see what I am doing a little bit better. I didn't realize that when I started. Let's get a piece of black paper. I might be wrong, but we're going to give that a try. In terms of showing you, I think you can see that. Yeah, that shows up, I think, a little bit better. And this one's going to, and again, I'm not advising you to do this. This is just if you want to give it a try, because you could end up ruining your stamp if you don't really know exactly what you're doing. So if you look, there is a space between the mushroom and her wings. And I'm going to see if I can get that a little bit closer. I can show you, and I'm thinking the black is helping in the light from the side. So I'm using a pair of really sharp scissors. They're very fine, and because it has to fit between there and not cut into the actual design. And that is what I'm trying to do right there. And you can see there's a cut now right between the two. Now, like I said, the most important part is going to be in here and how I cut that. And whatever I cut is going to be the edge. So I'm really trying to make that line up as best as I can. Now, the deal is this. When I go to stamp it, if it's a little bit off, I can always use my black marker, fine marker, and see how that works. So I've got that cut straight across. I think you can see how I've cut that straight across. And I'm going to continue on over that way. And I will have my two separate pieces. So now I have Ciana, and she doesn't have her mushroom. I think I'm going to clean this little piece off here. It's not necessary on each end. And clean it up on this one. So the only difference I can really see is the top of this mushroom is a little bit flatter. But like I said, I think instead of having to do the masking, I really like this idea. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it for you so you can, I had her upside down, sideways, so you can see what it looks like if you do cut them apart. Okay, so I'm all set up to give that a try to show you how this will work. If you go ahead and cut your stamp like this, I wanted you to see how it did work, because it makes more sense for you to see the stamping part of it. So I am using a Fairy Hugs craft paper called TumbleShine, and I'm just going to stamp her on there to give you an idea of what that looks like. Looks like I am really lacking in ink again, because I do a lot of stamping making cards. All right, let's see how that works. Well, she would work a lot better if I had a little bit more ink. Goodness. I'm so lacking with ink. There she goes a little bit. She needs a little bit more ink anyway. I apologize for not having enough ink in my ink pad. But you can see how she works really great. Like I said, you have to be really careful if you decide to cut yours and how you want that to look. I'm also going to stamp the mushroom for you so you can see how that works as well. Again, you can always do masking. You don't have to do this at all. But I just kind of like the idea that I could just use her in any way. I don't know why that one part's not helping me with that. Other than the fact that like I said, I'm lacking ink. There we go. She looks fabulous. And you can see where at the bottom, you can't really tell that I have cut her at all. So I think that works really well. I'm really happy with that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to set up and show you what it'll look like using the mushroom. Okay, so now I'm using the mushroom from the Ciana, and I'm also going to be using Jada. So I can even show you could put anything. You could even put a bunny on top of this one. And I'm also using the paper in the background is BumbleTwinkle. So it probably would have been smarter for me to stamp this in a darker color so you could see how great it looks. But I want to stamp it in Morning Mist because I want to be able to color this mushroom in. And if I do it a lighter color, I will be able to color that. I should be able to color that in. Yeah, it still works really good. You can see how great that's stamped. So I have 2 stamps now as opposed to just 1. I'm going to go ahead and stamp Jada on there just so you can see how she looks sitting on top of there, which also now allows me to add other stamps to this mushroom, which is really great. Now in this case, I am going to use the Nocturne because I want her to be on top of the mushroom without having to mask her without having to mask her. Otherwise she would need to be masked. Let's see if my ink works for this time. Yeah, she'll work on there. I'm going to have to color in her tights a little bit. But that's going to work. She works great sitting on top of that mushroom. But I just wanted to show you how if you buy you still have your, if you buy 2, you still have your original Ciana stamp, and you can stamp her just the way she is. But by buying a second one, and I would advise for you to watch for fairy hug sales, and when there's a fairy hug sales, I would just go ahead and buy her and cut her in half and at least give that a try. So that's how she looks. I'm going to go ahead and stamp a few more mushrooms just so you can see that this works really well. And the bunnies could sit on top of there. We have so many things that could sit on top. I think I just messed up my ink. Okay, now I know which is which. I think. We'll find out. Right, pretty sure this one's my... Usually I'm really good at keeping my Nocturne hidden from my Morning Mist so I don't make a mistake. But I can usually tell it's a little bit lighter when I look at the pad. And like I said, I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to color these mushrooms in. I think that'll look really good. It's going to have a bunch of fun little mushrooms. These also, little mushrooms, could probably make an umbrella of some sort, I would think. Not sure, but it could be other ideas. So I'm just going to go ahead. Like I said, there's going to be more I'm going to do for this, but I just wanted to give you simply the idea that there are a lot of fairy hug stamps that can be altered by cutting them. Whoops, I forgot to move that one. So, which is really fun. I think this looks really cute. Some of the other ones that I have already done, cut, are the fairy flower accessories. The fairy flower accessories are a heart, 2 hearts actually, a present, and I'm trying to think of the other thing. There's one, oh, and an envelope. So if you get those and you cut the bows off the top, you'll be able to use the present, like I put the presents underneath the Christmas tree. So, or any of the fairies or anything can hold the presents. So just more ideas. Just take a look at the the fairy hugs and see what it is, what you think you might be able to do. So I hope that inspired you, and I'm going to go ahead and finish my card. I decided I wanted to add one more figure or stamp to this. I'm going to add more than just this, but I was so excited how it turned out on top of the mushrooms that I wanted to share this little bit with you. This is the brand new dragon we have from the winter collection. His name is Jasper, and he's got gorgeous wings, and I just thought this was so cute. It just looked like he's saying, come on, Jada, let's go play. And I thought, oh, I've just got to show you how cute this looks on top of these mushrooms. So let's see. Yeah, he looks adorable. And he's just super great. He just needs a little bit, because of my ink, again, like I said, I need to refill. So let me stamp him just one more time and get that center piece a little bit darker. But isn't that cute? That is just so adorable. They're friends, and he says, come on, don't sit there, let's get going and have some fun. So I'm so glad you stopped by and indulged me in my storytelling. Like I said, below I will always have the products that I used. Thanks so much.